Right then, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of the RGM podcast with me, Carl Maloney. How you doing? You all right? Ladies and gentlemen, today we've got a very busy man. Currently in the busiest week of his life, I'd say. Thom Rylance, hi, mate.
Hello, mate. How are you?
Yeah, fine, thank you. Fine, thank you. How are you, mate? You've had a busy few days, eh?
I feel like I'm in like a weird dream, and I'm not sure any of this is actually happening. Honestly,
Right, okay. Well, for me, this week has been the most enjoyable week for me at RGM. Just seeing all the fun that you're having promoting the album. We've been pushing Reverend and the Makers album this week. What an amazing week for new music. It's just been so much fun on the socials and things. How have you found it? You know, you've had your shop. you know
yeah.
you're promoting this album. It can go to number one. We don't quite know yet. We're recording this earlier on the Thursday, so we're not quite sure yet. But the push is on at this stage. How are you, mate? How are you feeling?
I'm so nervous and tired, but like also floating to even be in
Yeah.
this position, and to get the number one in the midweek. Even right now, we're number one in the midweek. We're number one on Amazon Music, and we're number two on iTunes. But also number one on iTunes, number one and two on iTunes. So like, it's pretty wild. I never in my wildest dreams thought we'd ever get
Yeah.
here. And you were just saying about Reverend and the Makers as well. Like, yeah, you're right. This is a great week for music and music fans. Heatwave in the Cold North is one of my favorite records for a long time. What an amazing album that is. Go and get that, not mine.
Well, I've got them both, mate. I've bought them both because I love both of you guys and the team around you and everything that's going on. I was just thinking, you mentioned, you're number one on Amazon and that kind of stuff. I just went onto Spotify earlier. I don't subscribe to Spotify, but I was just I've had a new podcast come out this morning, so I was checking it's all uploaded. First thing that popped up, check this album out by Lottery Winners, just advertised on Spotify. So that was nice to see. So
was it?
there's an algorithm happening somewhere, mate. Something's bubbling.
Oh, you know what? That's amazing because we've not paid for that.
Yeah.
So I'm loving that's happened. That must just be like natural.
Yeah. It just popped up. It didn't know the first thing. It's one of them things that you dismiss thing, but you obviously don't. But one of them pop up.
Don't dismiss it.
No, I didn't mean it like that. You know what I mean? It just comes off and then it just proves that you're up there with the bigwigs now, and you look like you're having a lot of fun with it as well this week. Even though I know it's going to be long, you're doing everything you can, all the hours. I've seen you engaging with fans all the time on Facebook. That's important to you, I know. You know, even having such a good amount of fun, because this time last year with Tramlines, and that's the last time I spoke to you guys. And at that time, you told us on the interview that you got. I think I just asked a silly question about who's the most famous person on your phone, and you said Boy George. And you kind of let it slip that you got this thing coming up with Boy George and Sean Ryder and that kind of stuff. And that's a year ago. So all these tracks and these songs that are on the album that are out now, you must have a lot of stuff on your sleeve for this time next year already. If you're planning that far ahead, that must be hard to keep in.
To be honest, this has been like the entire focus since then. So I've done a little bit of writing for the next thing, but I want to wait. Yeah. I don't think I could deal with another one of these things. But I will say I've written the perfect song for us and John McClure of Reverend and the Makers to collaborate on. And that would be like a dream collaboration for me. So I'm going to send it to him after all this excitement and see what he thinks. But
I love how open and honest you are about these things, and you don't mind just sharing your Tom's world. I love it.
Oh, mate, there's nothing mysterious about me. I can't shut up. Like, I really want to be mysterious, but I just don't have it in me.
Well, today's the day that you find out if you've got a new number one album. So as we record it, as I mentioned earlier, we don't quite know yet. But can I get your reaction if you do get a number one? And if you don't...
Do you want both? I think both of them will just be floods of tears, to be honest, like for different reasons.
Yeah.
Mate, I can't even process it. It's just so...
Okay.
It's so abstract right now to think that like there's some really, really big artists releasing this week. Freya Ridings, Jessie Ware, The National, Reverend and the Makers, Nines. There's some like top people. And so to even get like that midweek number one, it was incredible. And I just don't know. I just want the trophy so bad. I'm not even like too proud to say it.
Yeah.
I really want that trophy. I want to wear it around my neck like a rapper, and I'll just wear it all the time.
You will and all, won't you? Walking around Lee, you'll be wearing it.
Absolutely, I will.
Brilliant. So I saw you having a little bit of fun with Jessie Ware. You know, the Twitter people got all angry about stuff, didn't they? A little bit there, and I know just from knowing your character and how you are that was just all a bit of fun. In the internet, just a fucking dark place. Even when you're having the most fun in the world, and you still get these people just fucking getting annoyed by everything these days. That's annoying.
Yeah, I love it, to be honest. When Jessie said she wanted to bring these fuckers down on stage, and she was talking about us, and it got that press, that really brought us into the conversation. I think it was probably one of the best things that could have happened to us. Like it created like this chart battle that we were very much a part of. Yeah. So thank you so much, Jessie Ware. If you're watching, thank you. I think it might have backfired a little bit, but you definitely brought us into the conversation. Brilliant. And Jessie Ware, if you are listening, yes, I really like your album. It's great.
Nice one. We'll tag her into the socials. Why not? Yeah. Tag Rev in and just have a big love in for this #1 fight that we're all enjoying this week.
So yeah, the best album released this week is Revan and the Makers.
You reckon?
Heat Wave in the Cold North. I think it is amazing.
Yeah. You just see how much hard work. You know, you've both had shops. You've both opened shops, and you've both been in the shops doing music, and engaging with other fans. You know, like what I've liked about John's and what you've done as well is John's got all the local talent playing in his shop. That's brought eyes on them, so he's helping the future out as well. I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we've had people playing in our shop as well, and it's been so weird to even have a shop. Like, we don't know how to have a shop. I know. Like, what do you mean a shop? Like, we don't have to run a shop, and it's weird to like stand in there and it's got your entire like body of work forever in there, and it's been so busy and so supportive. Like the town we're from, Lee, is so like proud of Lee, and to have people coming in and people who didn't even know who we were or know who the band were, but just want to help because we're from Lee, I think is just like, it's really incredible, and it's a testament to the people around here.
I've not been around Lee recently. Have they got pictures of your face all over the place and that?
Not yet, but I'm hoping that if we get the #1, I want like a mural on the side of a building, just me, not the rest of the band, just my big face on the side of a pub, because
like one of them Rashford ones they had in Manchester, you know, like
exactly like the Rashford one.
Yeah, nice one, like proper, like looking all like prestigious.
Yeah, I want to look majestic as I look over Lee. I want to look over Green Lane Chippy, really majestically, holding a pipe arm. But yeah, there's one for like Keeley, Hodgkinson, who won gold medals and stuff, and it is a #1 album the musical equivalent of a gold medal? I think so.
Yeah, it's a massive achievement, and I can remember the first time I watched a lottery winners was, and I've mentioned this before, you guys supporting Miles Hunt at the, I think, Academy 3, I think many years ago. That was my first experience. How would you reflect back to those people then compared to what you are now as people?
We've learned a lot. We did our first ever proper tour with the One stuff in 2016. And that was so much learning of how to do a tour, how to behave, how to get there on time, and all the things that you need to do to be like a good band, and Miles, we have so much to thank for, because the kind of early fan base was all Stuffy's fans, and it really just, it came from that tour and his belief in us, because we were not ready really, but he gave us that platform, and it really helped, and I will forever be grateful to Miles Hunt, because he really started our career, and we managed to build it, and we've had so much support from the likes of Shed 7 and Frank Turner obviously has been a massive part of our story. That tour we did with the Ratons last year, just before their #1 album, was a really big thing for us, and I think all the friends that we've met in the industry have just helped us so much, and I'm just so grateful for everybody.
It's pure graft and hard work from you guys as well. So how's the dynamic with the band? Because I've just seen you've just announced you're playing Clint Boone's party, what's it called, Cake Party at Bass.
Yeah,
playing that.
Yeah.
So you're proper grafting. It seems like you've got no days off. How's the dynamic within the band and all the guys that are with you?
There's been no days off.
Yeah.
I think it's been like something like 28 gigs in a row without a day off.
Wow.
But then every day before that was grafting, doing videos and like everything else. And our next day off is the 15th of May. But the dynamic between us is, I think we're in like it's a unique relationship, like the band and band friends. It's like a family, but almost like stronger. Like we're going through this thing all together. We've gone through every high and every low together. So we are the only people that really truly understand all the nuances of it all. So we are just like, they're my best friends on earth. And I feel a bit emotional saying this, but like they're the only people that like really get it. And God, don't make me cry on this. So yeah, it's been really strong, and we're there for each other, and we know everything about each other, and we can be totally authentic with each other. We spend so much time together that you can't be any other version of yourself than the real one, and we all accept each other for that, and I think it's really beautiful.
It comes across from us, the people that just enjoy you as a band as well. So, every time you're in an interview with Katie, she's always rolling her eyes when you start.
Yeah, and every time I get off stage, I get a severe bollocking for something that I've said every time.
I just love those dynamics, and growing up, being all the highs and the lows that this fucking industry puts in front of us. It must be. Do you feel like you've cracked it now, or do you still feel like there's still a journey to be had?
I was actually talking about this with Tristan, our manager and producer, last night. We had a long drive home from Grimsby, and we were chatting like, have we made it? Like, if we get this on Friday, does that mean we've made it? Like, what is the point of making it? And I was like, yeah, regardless of Friday, I think we've made it, because we get to, like, we've just done a tour constantly, and every night was sold out, and we get these amazing moments where I feel like gigs are like ingredients of people that you like. It's an ingredients of people. It's a room. Things will happen. It's a snapshot in time. It'll never happen ever again. And I get to like experience that from the stage. That means I've made it, because I think live music is special and important. And so to like get to experience these nights so frequently, that is just my dream. So yeah, I feel like regardless of what happens on Friday, we've made it.
Well, from a purely like, from I saw that you might have a big tour bus. That must be nice too.
Yeah, that was incredible, and it wasn't us being flashy, and it cost us all the money we had.
Yeah.
But there was a delay in our stock, and we needed to sign it all because people had bought it and asked for it to be signed.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of like,
yeah,
exactly.
Don't buy the album, guy.
I did that on a tour bus. It was either, the suggestions were cancel the gigs, because we were down the south of the country. So we were like Brighton, Bristol, London and Southampton. And all the stock was in Burnley, where like the distributor is. So they were just like, you're going to have to cancel the gigs, otherwise the chart's off, because we're not going to be able to get the orders out in time. There's a lot of things to sign here. It's going to take, days to do it. And the only thing that I could think of was moving the factory with us. So we literally hired a tour bus. It cost us $6,000 of money that we just honestly don't have. Yeah. And we spent the entire time on the tour bus signing things and going backwards and forwards, dropping things off backwards and forwards. And it was relentless. We didn't really get time to enjoy having a tour bus, but I'm so glad we did it, because I'd never want to let anyone down that had bought a ticket and bought a hotel. If there's anything that we could do to prevent it.
That's just tantamount to just how committed you are to your talent, really. Well done.
Well, yeah, I just really didn't want to let anyone down. I've got this. I'm really scared of letting anyone down. I'm really scared of not getting the number one on Friday and letting the people down that have bought it. Like, I'm just so scared about that. I don't want to let anyone down.
Yeah. Well, it's Mental Health Week this week when the podcast comes out. Going and making a journey through the music industry. How has your own personal mental health been throughout this journey?
It's been a roller coaster, and I mean, the album's all about kind of struggling with mental health, and um, that is something that I'm passionate about, and something that I've really lived through and continue to live through.
Yeah.
And it's a very hard industry for. I think like part of ADHD is like struggling with rejection,
Mm.
and I am putting myself in a situation where there is a lot of it.
Yeah.
Like I think any kind of creative pursuit
Mm.
will come up. You will come up against quite a lot of rejection, and so I take that really like to heart, and I'm trying my best not to. But like when people say horrible things, that like hurts me, and I try and shake it off, but like sometimes can't really. And it's so weird because you could have 1,000 great comments about how much they love the record or how much they love the gig, but
Yeah.
if there's one like that says it, I will zoom in on that.
Yeah.
And that is something that I need to work on. But yeah, I mean, this band brings me all so much joy,
Mm.
so much joy, and I cannot imagine not having it. But there is also times where it's very, very tough.
Yeah. Well, even just the traveling, just getting up and down the country. I know you've got, loads of gigs and it's festival season coming up as well. How do you like, as an artist with this busy schedule ahead of you, how do you, find looking after yourself? Last time we had a chat, I did poke a little joker, and thank you for not sharing your weight loss journey too much online. I'd have a little poke with you. I've been a similar kind of journey, and I've lost about a stone, but
you're looking great, man.
Thanks, mate. You too, mate. It's hard work, and it's another thing to do, to put you through, all this exercise regime and healthy eating and that kind of stuff, just on top of everything else as well. How has it been for you, just fitting everything into a day?
Well, to be honest, like the fitness thing has been absolutely essential for my mental health.
Yeah.
So like, no matter where I am on tour, I'll wake up in the morning, I'll find the closest gym, and I'll go and spend an hour in there, and I'll start my day that way. And then I always feel like I've achieved something straight off the bat, and it just really helps me. Like it's like free drugs going to the gym. I come out and I feel better. I've still got a long way to go with it, like, but just being healthier and it makes me better on stage. I can feel that I've got more energy. So yeah, I think
you lose altogether, really, like 4 stone or something. Did you say you lost?
6.5. It's coming up to, yeah.
It's a lot of weight, isn't it? That must be. I'm going to say a weight off your mind, but
it's a huge weight off my belly. Like honestly, I didn't realize it had gotten that bad, but I was like throughout like lockdown and stuff. That was hard for everyone, obviously, but it was hard for me because I kind of need the affirmation of doing the gigs, like because of my fear of rejection. So like when I just didn't have any of that, I got really sad, and I think I piled a lot of weight on, and I didn't realize how bad it had gotten until you have a moment, don't you, a lot of the time where, and I remember it. I was in my drawer. I was in a drawer looking for some clothes, looking for a t-shirt in the bottom drawer, and I saw myself in the mirror from the side. And when like when you're bent over and your belly's hanging down and your willy's all small because you're bending over. And I
really do.
I looked over and I thought, oh God, right, I need to change this. And then from that second onwards, it was my absolute goal.
You are right. I try and get to the gym most mornings, and if you haven't been, you're just not the same throughout the day. You've not got that same, you've not got that same zip about you, have you, when you haven't done it? And
yeah.
And if you've had like a heavy weekend or you've been away or something like that, and you've not done any exercise, and you feel crap on a Monday, and that goes into your whole week, just getting out and about, it's essential in it, really, but particularly when I'm 45 on Saturday. So I just feel like I've lost a stone and I can't lose any more. How did you lose 6.5 stone? I
had a lot to lose though, mate. I had a real lot to lose.
I can't get under 100 kilograms and it's getting on my nerves.
Oh, I don't know what 100 kilograms mean. I do it in stone.
I think it's 15 and a half, 15. I was 17 at some point. And 18 at some points as well. So, as a big lad myself, I feel like I can be honest about it, and just getting out and about in the morning. I work from home as well. Through the pandemic, I started working from home in the day job, so you've just got to get out of the house sometimes because I know it's different for you. Well, I suppose it can feel quite enclosed. I suppose being on a tour bus or being in a tour bus in a venue, then you're on the road. It's quite an enclosed space still, even though you're over the country, isn't it? I suppose.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah, and if you're driving for like 6-7 hours a day, it's hard to get them steps in.
Yeah.
But we've all got like the watches, and we have like competitions of who can close the ring. Yeah, and who can do the most. I've got obsessed with it. So every time before I go on stage now, I set my Strava to a workout. But there's nothing for like performing or being really charismatic on stage for an hour and a half. So I just like set it to kayaking. So I'm like really interesting on my Strava. I'm doing mad stuff, Nordic skiing in Grimsby.
I might try some mountain climbing in a bit. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So here we are now, just awaiting this #1 album. When it happens, hope it happens. I don't want to jinx anything. I just wish you all the best with it. I know you're grafting. I know you're tired. I know you're just engaging with all your fans online. How can you top this as an experience for you guys? What's going on here? What is really going on? If we try and delve into what's happening here, what can we find?
I honestly don't know. If we pull this off, it will just be like my childhood dream come true. And like, can you like? Not a lot of people get to do that. Yeah. Their childhood dream, the thing they've always wanted. Yeah. That could possibly happen tomorrow for me. So I'm really, really nervous about it. But I mean, we've just put the Manchester Apollo on sale. Like
I've got my ticket, mate. 1st of December.
Yes, mate. Yeah, I went to my ever gig there, 2002, some 40. Yeah. It's just, it feels so abstract that it's me. And even like on stage now, we're doing these gigs, they're all sold out. Like I'm me inside my head and my eyes, and I'm like playing and acting all cool. But inside my head, I'm thinking, I can't believe this is me. I can't believe that I'm actually doing this. I wrote this song. Everyone's singing it. I still feel like that. I'm still so excited about it. And I don't think that I'll ever lose that because it just means so much to me.
It's amazing to watch the journey, particularly because I've seen you from like years ago just as a fan and got to know you a little bit by speaking to you on interviews and seeing you at festivals and stuff. I hope to see you on those big stages again over the festival season, mate, as well. Is there I'm trying to preempt this bloody #1 because I had the ratings on the podcast, and they were just building up to the #1 as well, so they didn't quite know where they were, but. To be from, I'm from Sheffield, where the ratings are from, around that area. I live in Manchester now, just totally enjoying seeing another band that I know. I know John, from Sheffield, this album that's coming up. There's something about the North, isn't there, that's magical when it comes to music.
I really do. I really do think so, yeah. I think it's kind of any working class northern town just breeds the kind of people that you want to listen to. Like, I want to hear what we've got to say, and I want to hear what the ratings have got to say. I want to hear what Pulp have got to say. I want to hear what Rev's got to say. Like, I want to hear Oasis and the Smiths and the Stone Roses. I think like that. It's just, I relate to it because it's where I'm from. Yeah. And it's authentic to me.
Well, I really appreciate your time. I know you're really busy and I've grabbed you on this big, massive fucking week of just madness. Have you got much on for the rest of your day? Is that a totally stupid question? Have you just got time for yourself today, I should say?
I've got no time for myself. No, I'm going straight down to the shop now. Right, and I'm going to do a full day shift in the shop.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we've got like a live stream later on. It's going to be like too late for sales, but I just wanted to do like a show where we thanked everyone and just like, because it'll be like the end of it, just to give something back. So we're just going to do a live stream, be stupid on there, do some impressions, play some games, get people involved, and hopefully just give something like back to the people that have supported us.
Well, whatever happens, congratulations, mate, and pass on my regards to the rest of the band, the gang. I'm proud of you all. I really am. I just think it's amazing what you're doing, and the amount of joy that it's giving other people. just from on the socials. Never mind what it's like impacting their real lives. You know, it's giving so much joy to people, and I personally thank you for that.
Oh, thank you so much for talking to me. I thank you. I appreciate you.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.